Yeah, everybody ready?
Hang on 1 second, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Now I'm good.
Okay, good. Yeah, just starting off, first off, what a great season for Coach Boeheim and the basketball team. When you get to that Final Four, it's a special thing. I know Coach is frustrated and the kids are frustrated because they want to win it all. But at the end of the day, that's a hell of a season, and I'm just really proud of the way the kids played for Coach Boeheim this year and really turned on the second half of the season especially. They were fun to watch. So I just want to start off by saying congratulations to that basketball team and Coach Boeheim for another great season. And then questions. Yeah, I'll give you an opening statement with the practice. We had a tough 3 or 4 days here. We had a good practice on Friday, and we really worked the kids hard. And then we came back and really worked them today. We had 94 scrimmage plays, not counting some of the penalties. So close to 100 reps. And then, worked a little bit of the kicking game at the beginning of practice. But there were some good things, there were some bad things. We got a lot of things to work on. But saw some promise out of some of the young running backs. At the same time, we got to do a better job protecting the football when they're getting hit at the collegiate level. It's a little bit different from what they had in high school. But saw some good things. I liked some of McFarland's runs. He has some really good vision, which was exciting for me to see watching from the back end behind the offense. And then, I thought George had some good plays as well as Jerome. Got to do a little bit better job protecting the football, on the run plays as well as some of the pass receptions that we had. But all in all, it was a good work day, and like I said, 94 snaps was good work. So kids are going to sleep well tonight.
Questions for Coach?
What do you see from the quarterback so far?
Yeah, we got a good battle going on. Saw some good throws out there, saw some ugly throws out there by all of them included. I thought Terrell made a nice check. We had a blitz on defense, and he saw it, read it, got a double slant called. I think he went to Cabina. That was a good throw and catch under duress. So that was good to see. Charlie made some good plays today, too. I'm anxious to see the tape. And John's done a nice job. All three of them have been getting a lot of reps. I think today was a little bit heavier with Terrell with the ones, and Charlie and John was more with the twos. But we're just going to keep putting as many reps as we can on tape and make good decisions and come up with the best decision being made by the time we get to Penn State. But I like the work ethic out of all three of them, and I think Coach Lester's done a real nice job bringing them along.
Does that mean you don't think there's any separation yet between the top two?
Well, some days there's a little separation. Other days they kind of narrow the gap back in. I've been proud of, Terrell Hunt's done some nice things lately, last couple practices. But he also threw the ball to the other team today, which was a real ugly mistake. So I know he'll be upset about that more than anybody, except for maybe Coach Lester. And then, like I said, Charlie's been battling back and doing some good things. But we're trying to put them all in a situation where they get a ton of reps against, pressure, no pressure coverage. And, I've been pleased. It's going to be a process that we're not in a hurry to finish. Like I said, by the time we get to Penn State, we'll have that quarterback position ready to go.
Other questions for Coach?
What do you like your pass rush so far?
Yeah, I like the pressure more than I think we've had more pressure sacks than we have one-on-one wins. That may change a little bit when we're watching tape today. But there's been some good things, Same thing, not as consistent as we need to be.
Do you like your numbers there? Depth, Jeremy obviously went down.
Yeah. At what position?
Across the board with the D-line.
On the D-line? Yeah, you always want more D-linemen than you have. But for the most part, we can win with those guys. We've got a couple guys coming in. I'm looking forward to getting on the field, too, to add depth and competition.
You mentioned George played well kind of all practices last year.
Yeah.
He's been a standout a couple of practices we've been able to see.
Yeah.
What's he do really well, and has he reached a point where you need to find carries for him next year?
Well, I don't know. McFarland ran the ball really well today, too, so it's going to be interesting. Both George and McFarland against our defense last year really gave us headaches in bowl preparation and weeks prior to. And we felt like we had some talented running backs at that position. In that class, I should say, that both have 4 seasons left. So I'm really excited about the running back position. Jerome had some good, tough runs today, too. And then when we get Gully back, and Amin's done some good things too. So I think we got some guys. We got to find a way to spread the wealth a little bit, but competition makes everybody better.
Scott, along those lines, you also have number one who's not playing too.
Yeah, it's a shame. Ashton, he had that ankle sprain. It's a high one, so it takes time. We're going to be smart with him. He was playing really well, and we want to be able to use Ashton all over the place, at running back, at slot, at X, at Z, at Y, whatever we have to do, at quarterback, little pistol, little, mix here and mix there. So, we got some good problems there. We just have to shore some things up, be a little cleaner with our tempo on offense, and then clean up some of the penalties on defense as well. But all in all, good day's work.
How about the two guys, that had to sit out last year, that we all, when we watched the team last year, thought really showed huge upside. I'm talking
Which two
about
guys?
John Raymond and on defense and Quinta Funderburk on
Yeah.
offense. Both of them look like they're still working with the twos.
Yeah, John's on the verge, and so is Quinte. I think John Raymond has a lot of good tools. He's got a lot on his plate right now too. Learning the system, and Coach Dow's pushed him real hard, and we're real demanding. And it's the best thing for John. It's the best thing for us. But we got good expectations for him. But he's still a young guy, even though he looks like a man-child out there. He's a big old body guy. But I think in time he'll be a good football player. But Z Jones has been playing well inside. Micah Robinson's done some nice things at the defensive end. So, there's good competition there. And you know how I am. I like to rotate. You'd like to have about 8 of those guys playing every game in some sort of smart rotation. And then Quinte's done some good things. I think he's starting to mature as a player. He's got a long way to get to where we want him to be. But it was nice to see him make a catch today in traffic. Big long-arm guy. And, we got the second half of spring here to keep working hard at it.
For a few more questions for Coach.
First practice with some bodies in the stands. They feel good to get out
Yeah, we've had a lot of alumni coming back, so we've had a lot of people at practices. So really just focused in on the kids between the white lines.
You mentioned the core of running backs. Do you think come game time in the fall, that'll take some pressure off whoever is under center, knowing defenses will be game plan?
I hope so. Only time will tell, but we hope so.
With Ashton being able to do a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
Does his absence make it harder for you to just figure out exactly where to use him and how to use him? Or?
No, not so much. I think we know what skill sets he brings to the table and how to use them, and I really liked what George was doing with him early. And he'll be fine. He'll have all summer to get back, preparing himself and watching videotape, and he'll be ready to go. We got a good plan for him.
The two young running backs you talked about earlier, can you give me a little bit of a breakdown of what each one does kind of well?
They both have good vision. Devontae has just excellent vision. There are a couple inside zones today that he ran, and they were impressive runs. They both have to take care of the football. Before we put them on the field, they're going to have to prove that they're going to take care of the football, and that's one thing the two older kids have done a good job of. Both Jerome and Gully. When they first started playing for us, their first couple of years, they had to learn the same lessons. But I think the skill sets are there for those kids to all have the ability to play. But primary objective is to take care of the football, and those are the biggest concerns. They both have great vision, both have good burst. They have different strengths in the way they run. One's more of a speed bender in George, and the other kid I consider a good slasher. Can put his feet in the grass and really bring it back against the grain. And I'm excited to have those two kids. But again, take care of the football.
Last question for Coach.
How do you think the new guys are fitting in, like Luke and Josh and those guys?
I think all the new guys are doing a good job. I think there's a lot of things going on in their head. They haven't been able to turn it loose as much as you'd like to see because they're thinking. So we're trying to get to the point where they're just seeing and reacting. And there's flashes of that, in different team tempo situations throughout the course of the week where you can see both of those kids do some good things. The best thing about those two kids is they have great effort, they got a great attitude, and they're working their buns off in the classroom. And they're both hard-nosed, tough guys, and I like that about both those kids. And, they're going to end up helping us, and we're excited to have them in the program.
Thanks, Coach, very much. Thank you, everybody.